Hello, hello. I just saw something that made me wanna say something about this thing. Uh, when it comes to what's going on in Gaza, I just what can you say? What is certain is that the attitude of the Trump administration and some celebrities also is nothing can be called nothing else than despicable, really despicable. And I mean, let's face it, we know what's going on there, right? This is not about, I'm not now talking about Iran versus Israel, that would be a different thing, of course. I am talking about the fact that we have so many now refugees also from Gaza and so many people killed, civilians, but that there's still that same old rhetoric, like, they still pretend as if Israel defense forces are only fighting against Hamas. They are only trying to protect their own civilians. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, of course. They have the right to do that. But when we know how many civilians have died down there, and we know how many refugees who have now been denied entrance to Egypt, the nearest country for them, which is also very despicable, of course. Very despicable action by the Egyptian president. This is something I would like to say to everybody, both the politicians, the Trump administration, and all the celebrities that really have no say really there, because they don't have family. If you have a family there, a family member, just one, living in that country, then you are entitled to saying what you have to say. But the thing is, all these celebrities, actors, actresses, whatever, who have either partial or just who are one partial Jewish heritage or are 100% Jewish, they have almost all been unanimously on the side of Israel here in this conflict. Even Natalie Portman, who in 2018, I believe, she refused to go there and accept an award from the Israeli Prime Minister. You know his name, I don't want to mention his name. Now she's also on the side of Israel. So, yeah, I mean, look, I just want to tell you people, those who still kind of drag out the October 7th, that happened in 23, not in 24. And despite that, the attacks, the attacks on the civilians are still going on, and on civilian objects such as hospitals. And yeah, of course, I will say, for instance, the fact that Iran fired a missile on a hospital in Israel, that was also despicable. What else can one say? That was really, bad and undoing, of course. So, once again, to all these people, the celebrities, I want to say you can also be, or anybody else, I want to say, you can also be impartial, right? I mean, if your, let's say, heritage or your ties, whatever, maybe friendly ties, make it difficult for you to condemn Israel or its actions, then you can also be impartial or not say anything, not support anybody. So that's the thing. But still, so many of them choose to support you know who. And I'm happy that somebody has, the guy, Mr. Joaquin Phoenix, I'm happy he has shown his true face. I'm happy he has shown, to me anyway, and many other people, that he is a wonderful human being, really. He is against the actions of the Israeli defense forces and in Gaza, despite the fact that actually his mother is Jewish. Yes, but he is a man. His stature is so big. He's got a persona that is strong enough that he can see the difference between being proud of what you are and supporting genocide, really. Basically, that's what it is, really. It is clear now, I mean. So, yeah. The Prime Minister of Israel, I think, has just only been waiting for an excuse to do this large-scale ethnic cleansing, And, but so many people either cannot see it or they don't want, they refuse to see it. They would rather stay blind to the truth, and because they feel that way their pride is endangered if they see the truth about what Israel is doing over there. And that reminds me, where I come from, Bosnia, that reminds me of the same stuff that's been going on over there. When you talk about, for instance, the Srebrenica genocide, how many Serbs even today don't want to acknowledge it, because simply it goes against, it will ruin their feeling of national pride. So, and that's tragic, that's very sad, of course. And but that's humanity. It's so deeply flawed, and when you have all these regions which have many different nationalities and religions and all that, it's always like that. When things go wrong, there is great hatred between these groups that then occurs. Fortunately, I know there are still people sorry down there, Jewish people in Israel, who don't really support what's going on. However, their voices aren't really heard. They never will, well, I don't know if they ever will get there, that someone like them can be elected prime minister. But for now, it doesn't seem realistic. It doesn't seem very likely, unfortunately. So, all right. Once again, back to the American thing, the hypocrisy, the injustice, the yeah, I don't know really what to call it anymore. It's just absurd, the absurdity, of this. Yeah, I mean, when October 7th happened, of course, back then it would be very natural and very reasonable for any Jewish person to support that that state, that state, and what they were doing. And now, there, as I said, now it's been how many months? It's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be exactly, let's see, 14 plus 21 months since the thing started, since the shit started over there. Yeah. So, yeah, but I all this has shown me once again that I was right, about not liking, disliking certain Hollywood, also people, famous personalities there. I mean, everybody that I don't like, pretty much, that I haven't liked for a long time, they support the massacre and the genocide going on in Gaza. And a few people have also maybe surprised me positively, and that's always a good feeling, of course. But pretty much the ones that I expected to support either of those two sides have done so, except for maybe a couple of surprises I got. So, yeah. But I think the worst thing is when you are really not Jewish or have any kind of connection to Israel, and you still support them. So that's, when you are Jewish, it's pretty hard not to. Let's face it. I'll give you that. I'll give him that. It's hard not to. You get a lot of backlash in the Jewish community, and sadly that's the way it is. But people like, for instance, Jason Momoa, whose father is Hawaiian, is pretty far, like the furthest you can come from being Jewish. Like, come on. And his mother is, not Jewish anyway. She's white but not Jewish, from Iowa. So let's face it, for a while now I have kind of known that he's not a very bright person anyway. And I used to like him, but that was mostly because I thought he was cool, the macho thing, but now, when I kind of have matured a little bit more, I see that he's pretty much not a really bright or interesting person. So you got those people, and Tom Hanks, of course. I've never really liked Tom Hanks, so that guy is just full of flaws, and it's only a wonder, really, that he hasn't been involved in any real scandal yet. So, but give it time anyway. Give it time. So I mean, let's say maybe the actress that just has impressed me and thrilled me the most with her when she posted about this on Instagram. That actress is Gemma Chan, and I loved her post because it was all about humanity, about caring about the children and the elderly and all the weak people in Gaza, and that's the way it should be done. And not fucking, forget the flags. It's not about the flags, people. It's about humanity, alright? It's about humanity and helping those who need that. Don't. There's nothing I hate more when I see it on TikTok, people playing against each other. One has an Israeli flag, the other one has a Palestinian flag. It makes me sick to my guts, right? So, yeah, I mean, but yeah, as I said, all the people that I liked of celebrities, they have shown, well, almost all, they have shown that they don't support what's going on. That really makes me feel good. And feel good about having liked them and about, yeah. Now I know I can just continue liking them the same way, the same capacity as before, Yeah, so I think Americans are really the worst. I mean, in the UK, who supports Israel? Come on, tell me. Who isn't Jewish anyway? Of major personality, stars, celebrities. I don't know if there's anybody. As I said, of non-Jewish people. So, yeah, I know even Paul K, who is Jewish. I remember his post like 15 years ago or something. He had this relative who was actually living down there. He got killed, and by, I don't know, a bomb, I guess. And then he wrote such a beautiful article about this. And I was like, this is a man. This is a human being. Thank you, Paul. He was very, very just non-judgmental, but that's the problem. So many people are so judgmental, and I'm not gonna say now like I usually say, because they have always been. Let's face it, many people have always been judgmental and eager to take sides, because it's something in a human that makes him always want to take sides. And yeah, but here you gotta take sides for the right cause, which is the cause of people who have been through such hell, unspeakable hell, for almost 2 years now. And that's what I don't get, that so many people in the West can be so fucking inhumane. They just don't give a damn about these people there. They go, oh yeah, I feel bad about the people in Gaza, but it's just bullshit, right? They're just trying to mask their own bigotry, right? So yeah, it's just disgusting. And I think I said enough. We have problems, we have problems in this world, man. And it's never been as bad as now, obviously. Yeah.